What's good? It's Chigozie. It's Thursday, March 22nd, 2018. So since it's 322-223, expect some giant Masonic ritual today. Ritual 81 is the 81st day of the year. But this video is talking about the 80th day of the year, the day I called out perfectly what type of propaganda was going to be in the news. If you watch my last two videos, I pointed out in both of those that Wednesday, March 21st, was 321, the reflection of 123, conspiracy 123. So they're going to talk about one of the conspiracies. So anyone's thinking, oh, you're just making things up. No, I called this all out before the propaganda came out, and I'm explaining it again so we can all be up to speed. It's a date with a life lesson number of 35. Catholic, substitute 35. So it's going to be a Catholic Church related ritual. Mason 62, sacrifice 62. And that's why I said it first, because I was like, look, sacrifice substitute 62. They're pairing it with the 44 and the 17. So kill 4417, sacrifice 62, Jesuit 42, Catholic 35. You see, Jesuit Catholic ritual, tragedy 80, 80th day of the year, about tragedy. So what do we get? And then what does the homepage of CNN propaganda give you at 9 a.m.? The Austin bomber is dead. See? So I told you what type of propaganda will come out, and this comes out. Bomber was 24-year-old white man on date with 24 numerology, but now they're reporting it was 23. You see what I'm saying? Always trying to confuse you with their propaganda so you can think it's more real. If you haven't watched any of my Austin videos, I already explained in all of those. Well, there's only one named that, and then I have another video where I talked about it again towards the end. But Austin, substitute 42, that explosion, remember the Austin explosion when it first happened? Austin 42, explosion 42 happened on a day with 42 numerology. So now the guy who did the bombing is dead on a date with 42 numerology. Austin, substitute the same thing as Jesuit. See, Austin 84, 21, 78, 42, like Jesuit. I've said all this already. So on a date with a life lesson number of 35, they are the Masonic order within the Catholic Church. Catholic 35. On a date with a life lesson number of 35, they're giving you this type of propaganda. It honestly cannot be any more perfect. And look, they're still talking about it throughout the day. So it was really the main talking point. I was, of course, very busy. I wasn't following the propaganda, but I saw that. Because, of course, I have to check my work. I'm not going to just tell you what type of propaganda is going to be out and then not back up what I'm talking about. And now you see. And, if anyone new here, I'm not bragging. I'm not saying, look at me, look what I predicted. No, I'm trying my absolute best to show you how you use the date numerology to see which type of propaganda is going to be in the news. And with that knowledge, it unlocks all sorts of doors. You literally, think about it. If the news is supposed to be real, and it's supposed to be real random events happening, you are technically predicting the future, predicting what is going to be in the news. No one else can do that. But now you see that, am I Nostradamus? No, I'm just some normal ass dude. So obviously, this is fake news propaganda coming out by the numbers. That's what proves it right there. I shouldn't be able to say exactly what's going to come out. So, see how they said, Austin bomber left 25-minute confession video on phone. 25 the number for death, for time. Death, 25. I'm talking about his death. Time, 25. Again, kill 4417. I did with 44. 17 numerology. Kill substitute 28, reversing the alphabetical order and reducing. So in this piece of propaganda, they have the 28th prime, which is also 107, which is just 17. That's why it's a very special number to them. Mason 1728. It's just like 233, the 51st prime, the 13th Fibonacci number, federal 51, the Bavarian Illuminati found the 13 families, federal government, all about their 13 colonies, 13 stripes on their federal flag. That's what I'm saying. Like, they love numbers that represent a lot. They love symbols. These are all symbols. So the more they represent, the more happy the Zionist Jews, Freemasons, Jesuit order are. Chaos 19, up to the 1009. That's also representing a 109, the 29th prime, prophecy 29, Masonic 29. So, I mean, there you have it. There's plenty more to talk about in this video, but that's what I wanted to just explain, how they're coming out with this propaganda today after I showed you bit by bit how this whole Austin, and I didn't even just, like, we all was looking at it together. Remember, we all together found out how it was just a Jesuit order ritual and how connected it was to them. And then remember when, like, something else happened, like another bomb explosion happened on a Sunday. That was the next one. And now he's dying on a date with perfect numerology. See the red and blue pills of Freemasonry just right here, blatantly. I just don't understand how am I supposed to believe this propaganda. What is this little red little sack here next to this? It's just so. That's what I'm talking about. There's no need for this here. See, I point these things out because I like to objectively show you how you have every right to not believe a lick of this propaganda. I show you logically and objectively how you're not crazy, delusional, negative, vain for just saying bah to this propaganda. It's all a bunch of actors giving you plays. FedEx branding it too. Guys, Federal Express. This is federal government propaganda. Yes, that's actually, if you're new here, Federal Express is the federal government. Because they'll say, oh, well, we're a private owned company. No, it's a government delivery company. UPS, federal government. United States Postal Service, federal government. That one's probably the more obvious of the three. Remember, those blasts, one on March 2nd and two more on March 12th. The two were on, so I think that's when I even started covering the event. March 12th, 2018. So, 4417 numerology, see? The two, that's when I saw it. It's okay. 4417, the 71st day of the year, Catholic 71. That reminds me then. The Austin bomber is dead. See, the Austin bomber is dead. Reverse in alphabetical order sums to 353. He's 71st prime number. And remember, when I first started talking about this, it was the 71st day of the year, Catholic 71. And I painstakingly showed, I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoy showing it, but by painstakingly, I mean, like, it's just so, I'm trying my absolute best to make everyone understand what's going on. Updated this at 6:40. So yeah, when I first saw it this morning, updated at 6:40 a.m., kill 64. So we complete the pattern, see? Kill 64, kill 28. The video now, they have this 107 video, which is the 20th prime. It's happening today with 4417 numerology. You see how they use all these numbers in the word kill, in these 4 base ciphers, use them inside this propaganda. You know, order out of chaos 222. That's what this is up at 222. Symbol 23. Notice it's 23 years old from Pflugerville, the silent P. $64 like kill, 62 like sacrifice, and he's a sacrifice. Sacrifice and date with 62 numerology from Pflugerville. See? Understand how this all works. Anyone can understand this. My friends have told me, they're like, yes, what you showed makes sense. Like, I understand it. I mean, how can you not? It's not even that I'm that good of a teacher. It's literally that this propaganda. I mean, think about it. How can I be so good at this when they're putting this in our face on this particular specific perfect day? And how can I be so good for calling this out when, look, I mean, we all saw this. 4417 numerology. When I first talked about it, was with 4417 numerology. Ended with 53 numerology. And reflection now is when, it's just that type of stuff. Anyone can see this. It's literally the easiest crap in the world. Ooh. Now, this is part 2 of the video. This is part 2 of the video. A historical reference. I hope I'm not clipping this whole time. Oh. Well, probably not too bad. But we're going to talk about the assailant, the guy who died. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. So we're talking about how this is propaganda from the Roman Catholic Church. Anthony Conditt. I mean, I'm pretty sure we all know where we're going now. Anthony Conditt is the man who did this. Obviously paralleling him with Mark Antony, you know, the Roman politician in general, who played a critical role in the transformation of the Roman Republic from an oligarchy into the autocratic Roman Empire. Supporter of Julius Caesar. We all, Mark Antony, we all know him. Caesar died in 44 BC, killed 44. The Battle of Philippi in 42 BC. Guys, this is Freemasonic theater. Mark Antony, an actor or a fictional character. But regardless, look at this. So, Mark Anthony Conditt, sums to 81, see? Mark Antony dies 8/1 in 30 BC. Jesuit 30, this is the Jesuit ritual. So Jesuit's 21, S is the 19th letter, 1 plus 9 is 10. So in single reduction, it also sums to 30. But 1 plus 0 is 1, so reduce twice, the S, you get 21. If you think that's it, nope. When it's August 1st is the 213th day of the year. 213th day of the year. I know he was 1930, but just look at this. 213th day of the year. On 21/3, Mr. 81 Gematria name dies. You see? And I called before too. I said death 213. I even said, the key of David 213. I noticed that in one of my videos. And look, we know about the Jesuit order, the key of David, death 213, satanic Gematria, and of course a death that day. I said it was too perfect for there not to be. And right, all they talk about all day how the bomber dies. I don't even know what bomber sums to, but it doesn't even matter. Bomber 28. In the 107 video, the 28th prime number. You see? That's why they use these words on a date with a life lesson number 35. Bomber. Oh my goodness. This propaganda is just obviously too much. That's what I'm saying. I don't tell the Jesuit order to do this. I don't tell them to call him a bomber and then make it sync up with the date numerology. They just do, and everything I type just comes out. I literally hit record, look at CNN propaganda, this is what happens. It's the truth. And I just like to encourage anyone in the world can decode this propaganda this fast, if not even quicker, and see everything. Here's the easiest thing. So remember, the second killed Draylen Mason, and he was 17 years old. Well, you can just copy Mason, paste it into the Gematriator, Mason, 17. Of course, 28. Remember 107, 28, that pairing? Special pairings to your federal government. Your Masonic federal government. In Mason 73, the 21st prime, Saturn 21, there's Saturnian actors participating in allegory. But, there's a lot more connecting here with Mark Antony, but that's what the main thing I wanted to show. He was in office until December 31st, 33. He dies on a date with 39 numerology. Excuse me. So, it's just, again, we're talking about Catholic Church propaganda, and here we have the Roman Mark Antony being synced up with it. How's that a coincidence? Mark Anthony Conditt dies in 21/3. Mark Antony dies on the 213th day of the year. His name sums to 81. Well, I don't know what Mark Antony sums to. Let's see if it fits more into this. 42, 138, dying. Well, the day he died, he dies on August 1st and 30. It's like a reshuffling of that, see? Federal 138. He's a federal government fictional character. Or if you want to really contest that he was alive, then yes, this gang was running all then. He was just another actor, another theatrical performer, say with Julius Caesar, participating in propaganda by the numbers. I'm not even kidding. You think Julius Caesar wasn't crafting propaganda? You think they weren't crafting propaganda back then? They didn't have internet, but there's all sorts of ways to make propaganda. All sorts of ways to sway the minds of the masses with lies and tyranny. Inside the bomb making later, layer. So here's also how you get deeper. You're like, well, what else can I decode? You can do like, well, a confession video. You can just do it. Well, why is there a confession video? Why is that a detail inside this tale, this story? Why do you think they call them news stories? Because that's exactly what they are. Because again, news is what? A euphemism for propaganda and a story. So it's a propaganda story. Blood sacrifice, 76, 86. A confession video. Blood sacrifice, 257. Do you see what they're doing here? 257, 86, 76 is reflection. They maintain, so they maintain the order. They maintain, maintaining order. It's what they're all about. And then with, again, a single reduction, 76. So again, that's what you can do. But then you can do confession, because that's the thing. Why confession has to be part of the propaganda. And you see. I see the 36 prime, 151, Saturn 119, All Seeing Eyes, Star David, 47, Foundation 47, 119, Prophecy 52. There's probably more here, but you gotta just keep this in mind then, and then when you just do more decoding, it all makes more sense. But I mean, to be honest, this is overkill. We've already seen, if you just want to see, because the whole point, right, is to confirm that these are fake news events. But again, the cheat code, the shortcut, is the fact that this is mainstream media, or even this is propaganda. It doesn't matter if it's mainstream. I mean, technically, Columbus, Ohio news isn't mainstream, but it's still fake news, propaganda, or anything real is still tweak it, code it, whatever, by the numbers. Zuckerberg, I'm really sorry. Again, as you can just do that. I'm really sorry, but we're not going to go all around CNN. I'm about to go talk more about the Austin police and close the video. But you guys see, I'm really sorry. 82, reflection 28. 73, Mason, 73, 28, see? All about chaos, order of chaos, 19, or chaos 19, order of chaos not 190. Synagogue of Satan is 190. Chaos 19. But if you want to see order out of chaos, their motto, 75, 183, Mark Antony dying, the 1st of August and 30, Judgment 78. Again, the 222. We already saw the application of this, already talked about this, putting inside some of their propaganda. See, updating the 222. Order out of chaos. This is chaos. They create order, and who puts it on? Right here, the police, branding it right here with their colors. Chief Brian Manley, we're about to look at him. This actor, I already told you about he's an actor. And, of course, you go to the official propaganda software of Austin, Texas, and look, you have him right here. This piece of shit with an annual budget of $402 million, Freemason 42. That's what I'm saying. Why is there annual revenue? Well, their revenue is really greater than that. But why is this $402 million? Why are they stealing $402 million from the people of Texas? That's exactly what they mean. I mean, where does that money come from? The Zionist Jews, the Jesuits, the Freemasons, it's not coming from their pocket, it's coming from yours. If you're living in Austin, if you're not even living in Austin, Texas, the best advice is coming from you, regardless of where you're from. But anyway, Freemason, 42. Zionism, 42. Jesuit, 42. So the Jesuit actor, this piece of shit, Brian Manley, with an annual budget of $42 million. Austin Police Chief Brian Manley also has interesting gematria. His full title right there sums to 136, like the Fraternal Order of Police. Remember, like Cleveland Division of Police, 136. See how it's the same numbers throughout the police. See how they're all coded actors for the federal government. See how he's participating in fake news propaganda. That I'm showing you how fake it is, and he's proudly smiling. I mean, that's what I'm saying. What does that tell you? This is what a psychopath, this is what a sociopath looks like Brian Manley, 51, like federal. Order out of Chaos, 183. See? Mark Antony, who we're talking about, died 1st of August and 30. Mr. Brian Manley now. That's some propaganda right here. These psychopaths right here.
Approached the vehicle. The suspect detonated a bomb inside the vehicle. The suspect is deceased.
Clear an actor. Police suspected a serial bomber. See? Serial bomber. Serial bomber 119. Like with his confession, his 25-minute reverse ambulance order 205 confession 119. Look at this. 119, 25 or 52. Reflection of 25. Serial bomber 65 like confession. That's why he has a confession. Remember, I love this because it just shows we all learn together. I said, okay, I say there's more to this. For when I wrote a confession, remember? And I said, keep it in your mind, keep the word bank, because it's going to come back when you do more. You're going to wonder why. Well, he's a serial bomber. And there's always a deeper occult meaning, Saturn 119 and all that. But just even the surface level. The surface level. Serial bomber. So, get rid of this propaganda. Because, I mean... if I want to stick to these people, Brian Manley was named interim chief effective December 1st. 112 Jesuit order in 112 countries. Vatican founded 11/2, 11th of February. Also 121. Date with 22 numerology, the master number. Or master builder number, 49 numerology, Revelation 49. Again, I'm saying again, there's more here. With 30 days remaining, Jesuit 30, Masonic 29. There's more there. But that might be for another video. But I really like this. I'm really happy to have these good lessons here. Manly 29. That's why I came back and did this. Because I can't get over not knowing some of these things. Manly 29, getting appointed date with 29 numerology. Remember Chief Elliot Isaac from my other video of the Cleveland police? Isaac, 39, put in office and date with 39 numerology. Now Manly, 29, the same method, put in date with 29 numerology, do you see? And again, we're not talking about Ohio. We're talking about way south in America. We're talking about Texas. Anyone who's not familiar with the geography of this place, look, I'm telling you how this is happening all over the place. We're talking about what's going on in this pink place down here. Or this yellow place. And I'm showing you stuff that's going here yesterday. You see how they're doing the same pattern? So what does that make you think? Don't you think these other states are doing it? They are. And I'm glad I'm showing the same thing with Austin, Texas. It's not just about Ohio. It's the same. You see the same patterns, the same things throughout police propaganda. So this is an ad I saw from the U.S. Customs and Border Protection. I mean, we're done with this propaganda. I do want to see this has some Trump numbers in the update time, and then we'll go back to that. 1, 2, 3. Well, conspiracy 1, 2, 3. Donald 23. I said I want to see this has Trump numbers. Donald 23 updating at 1, 23. Unbelievable. Every time I say 23, 25, 50, these numbers. Donald Trump. The first word they even say inside the propaganda is Donald. I mean, guys, people, please. We're all friends here. We're all here for a common goal, a common thing. Please understand that I'm not here lying to you. I'm not trying to blow anyone's mind. I'm just showing you this coded propaganda. I'll do it again. 1, 2, 3. Donald Trump and the conspiracy propaganda. Conspiracy 1, 2, 3. In a 2-minute, 45-second video, Donald Trump, Mr. 45, the son of Salisbury Square, Trump 25. They had initialization time in that video at 2:52. Oh man, I don't. 2:52, 25:52 sequence right here. I said I'm gonna click this propaganda to look for the numbers of Trump, and we're seeing it all right here. Mr. 45, 25:52. Unbelievable. Oh, I know what's happening. So I think I switched to my hard drive for. I have like a SSD and like a mechanical hard drive. I switched to that for like the temp recording when I was recording this because my SSD was getting full. I think that's like slowing down my computer. It's not a big deal. We're gonna finish off with then. We're just gonna finish off then with that propaganda from the U.S. Border Customs Patrol, and then end the propaganda. Exciting career, federal benefits. Literally, this is what propaganda looks like. I mean, seriously. By definition, this is propaganda from the U.S. Customs and Border Protection. So we're going to see what U.S. Customs and Border Protection sums to. One, two, three. We're just talking about this number. See, they use the same numbers all the time. All day long. 39, federal 39, 165. The Catholic Church, 165. Scottish Rite, 165. 22, 165. The Catholic Church is the U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Exciting career. Federal benefits. Why? Who in their right mind will want federal benefits? I mean, if they mean like, dental and medical, this stuff, that like all that crap. I mean, what other mean? Just something you can't benefit from anything federal. I can't even formulate this. Federal benefits, how? Look at this. 68, 85. When I read out federal government, watch what happens. See, 85, 86. Clearly coding this by the numbers. And then what do they say? Exciting career, federal benefits. Exciting career, 78, 84. Jesuit, 78, 84. 2 times 3 times 7 is 42. So Jesuit, 84, 42, 78. If you're out 33, you get 141. So they're saying it's a Jesuit, see? Federal government. That is what they're saying. They're literally telling you it's a Jesuit federal government inside this piece of coded propaganda from the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, which sums to 165, like the Catholic Church. How clear is that? It cannot be any more clear to see what they're really telling you. I wonder what CBP sums to. CBP, 21, like Jesuit. I mean, it can't be any more obvious. The Catholic Church is ruling over you. The Zionist Jews, the Freemasons are all in bed together. I'm serious. They're Zionist Jews, but I don't be surprised they're also Jesuits. Like, again, I don't know these people personally, but I know who's responsible. I know what organizations are responsible. Francis Bacon, 99. Wrote 13 at 99. Frank Baconis, sums to 39, like federal. Oh my goodness. We'll put them together and then close the video. $511, Saturn $511, Masonic $115, the Reflection, Jesus Christ $146, Sun $27, the 2772 sequence, very special deal. Death has his number as well, 272, the square 13 times 13, your federal government found with the 13, all that. I mean, there you have it. This is legit. I mean, it's like, yes, I call this propaganda and CNN. Well, it is. It is 125 billion% propaganda. Thelema 125, spiritual 125 is a spiritual practice. That's why it's all called like this. But literally, if you type in propaganda, they might as well have a picture of that. I don't know why they don't. I don't know why. No, you should type in propaganda and it just take you to Wikipedia's homepage. You'd be like, yep. It'll just go straight to the beginning. See, stay in the job until every murdering Jap is wiped out. Pictures with words. I mean, this is what we know as propaganda. See what I'm saying? And it is. Of course, it's propaganda. It's from the same. It's all coded. This is all coded. So I'm saying, go ahead, please. Take day off. From the federal government. You can see. Take day off. America 50, 49, a reflection right here. Very fitting too. About that World War stuff. Go ahead, please. $193, the 44th prime. See, they preserved the 94. 94. See? Coded propaganda. 113, dishonest, green screen, mainstream, bullshit, not true. Literally such a perfect number to put inside propaganda. Here's a 44th prime, kill 44. Again, this type of propaganda. Dishonest, 113, green screen. Mainstream is mainstream propaganda. Scottish is from the Scottish Rite Freemasons. It's all not true. It's all perjury and fiction and infidelity. Are you understanding that number? And then Bible Command 113a says it's okay for these Zionist Jews or any Jew to circumvent a Gentile through deception by lying to him in a legal setting, which is always a legal setting. So you see that number then inside this piece of propaganda. Remember LeBron James had a picture like this too? They reused the propaganda with LeBron James holding, I forgot who he was holding. I don't know if Scarlett Johansson or somebody. Is this tomorrow, America under communism. See? Federal government, 85. 221, the Bavarian Illuminati 221. The federal government on the 77th meridian. Also going for that Rosicrucian pattern. That's why I call it, 77, 58. Rose Cross. 58. Like Freemasonry. You got federal government propaganda. So I hope you see. And then what we're talking, so now do you get what I'm saying? How is this any different? How is this any different? Join us. To do what? To protect the borders from what? To make sure that, to impose more Masonic control on people? What are you doing? I can't fathom what you're doing working for these tyrants. And they're trying to get you to join. Exciting career. Benefits. I mean, I just don't know what to say. Because some point, I bet someone's still sitting here saying, oh, this guy's crazy. This is not propaganda. Literally, I'm trying my best to show you how it's, by definition, propaganda. Austin, 311, 311, the 64th prime, synagogue of Satan, 64. But yeah, now this video is getting long for no reason. Well, I wouldn't say for no reason, but I'm going to close up now. But we'll close up with today's state numerology. It's 322. The key of David, 63, 63. So we have the double 63, get 36 is the reflection. Also, Buckeye 36, Ohio 25. Possibly be in the news. It's not as strong for them. There's like a 27 here or something. That would be like for sure. Or if it's like a day with 47 numerology, I'd say for sure. But it's possible. I mean, they've done things on days with just life lesson number 36. It's a very special number to the state of Ohio. Ohio State University opened their doors and did with this numerology, plus more. So yeah, your Sun 18, Islam 18, all that. Killing 43, Masonic 43, 45 is Summit Shadows made a square, Donald Trump's Mr. 45, Trump 25. So we'll just see. But again, it's just 322, 223, just that alone. I mean, past 2 years, they've had big false flag propaganda events. We'll see which one they fool the world with this time. Peace out.